When 15-year-old Nate opened a locked folder on his school computer, he thought he was just being nosy. But what he found was never meant to be seen by anyone, especially not him. Nate was your typical sophomore. Quiet, smart, maybe a little too curious for his own good. He went to a small, private, tech-focused school in the middle of the Oregon woods. Strange location, high-end gear. The school prided itself on innovative learning, whatever that meant. And their computer lab? State-of-the-art. It always gave Nate the feeling that everything was a little too advanced for a high school. One rainy Friday afternoon, Nate stayed late to finish a coding project. Everyone else had left. The lab was quiet. Just the hum of the monitors and the occasional crack of thunder outside. Bored while waiting for his code to compile, Nate started poking around in the file directories, digging deeper. Past student folders, past admin files, and that's when he saw it. A hidden folder, buried 3 layers deep, named only with a single character, underscore. No description, no icon, nothing. He clicked it. Password protected, of course. But then, the screen glitched. The password box blinked and disappeared. The folder opened on its own. Inside were dozens of files. No names, just dates. Going back years, he opened the oldest file. It was a video. Grainy footage of a classroom just like his. A boy, maybe 13 or 14, sat alone at a desk staring straight ahead. Then a robotic voice echoed through the speakers. Subject 002. Initial response to auditory trigger. And then, a high-pitched noise. Sharp. Shrill. Nate winced just hearing it. The boy on screen screamed, clutched his head, and collapsed. Nate slammed the laptop shut, his heart racing. What the hell was that? He tried to convince himself it was fake. Some kind of ARG or weird digital art project. But he couldn't let it go. He reopened the folder. File after file showed the same thing. Different students. Same results. The sound. The screaming. The collapse. In one video, there was even a teacher watching calmly, writing in a notebook as the student on screen convulsed. This wasn't schoolwork. These were experiments, and they weren't over. One file had today's date on it, but it wasn't a video. It was a text file. Just one line inside. Subject 045, Nathaniel Carter, 5:35 p.m. Nate froze. He looked at the clock. 5:34 p.m. Suddenly, the lab lights flickered. The computer started emitting a high-pitched noise. The same one from the videos. Nate stumbled backward, ears ringing, vision blurry. His body felt like it weighed 1,000 pounds. He grabbed his backpack and ran. Down the hall, past the locked classrooms, toward the front office. Everything was dark. Too dark. He pushed open the principal's door. Inside was a wall of monitors, surveillance feeds of every classroom, every hallway. And one monitor showed him live footage. Nate in the hallway, running. But something was wrong. In the reflection behind him, there was someone else. Tall, pale, smiling. He spun around. No one there. He turned back to the monitor. The screen had changed. It now displayed just one message. Test complete. Subject 045 unstable. Marked for deletion. Nate blacked out. When he opened his eyes, he was back home. In his bed. Everything seemed normal. His backpack was on the floor. But the school laptop he took? Gone. He returned to school the next day. No one remembered him staying late. No one knew about the folder. His teachers acted like nothing had happened. Even weirder, his ID number had changed. It used to be number 45. Now it was number 046. His name in the system had been reset. Like the previous Nate, had been deleted. But the thing is, he remembered, and every time he logs into a school computer now, the underscore folder is still there, waiting. Sometimes, when you dig too deep, the truth doesn't just stay hidden. It hides you. They say knowledge is power, but some knowledge was meant to stay locked away forever.